Hello, my name is Lola, and I thought I'd take a look at Angry Video Game Nerd Ghostbusters. See, there's part 1, 2, and 3. Here we go. If you want to like, comment, subscribe to my channel, you can. If you don't want to, that's fine too. Here we go.
Ghostbusters. It was one of the most successful comedies of the 80s and one of the most popular franchises I remember as a kid. There's a sequel, a cartoon series that ran for 7 seasons, a huge amount of merchandise, and a line of action figures. You got the Firehouse, which was awesome. You got the Ecto-1. You got Slimer, the Marshmallow Man. Yeah, he's a little dirty, you know. The dog shoved him up his ass. You had all the Ghostbusters, then they came out with versions that made facial expressions, then there's this car that turns into some praying mantis or something, then you had all these weird ones I don't even remember from the show. This one, I don't think... Boy, that's not mine. Get that the fuck out of here. And every kid on the block needed a proton pack, and even though it's plastic, in our minds, it's an unlicensed nuclear accelerator. Then you got the Ghost Trap, which doesn't work anymore because it's a piece of shit. Then you got the PKE meter, which always reads .03 and always shows a ghost. So, I just wanted to take you back to the 80s, when Ghostbusters and Nintendo were the best things in the world. Now, the Nintendo Entertainment System, I believe, needs no introduction. So, when we heard that a Ghostbusters game for Nintendo was coming out, we were so excited, we shit our pants. Literally, shit came out our asses and we rocketed through the roof. It was 2 of our favorite things coming together. Should have been like bread and butter, but more like dead skunk and dog shit.
Ew.
You pop this piece of crap in, expecting Ghostbusters, and what do you get? Well, Ghostbusters, got the logo there, looks promising enough, but are you willing to bet that it's going to get really bad once you start playing? Yeah, well, guess what? It gets bad as soon as you press the start button. The fuck was that? Ghostbusters! Now, don't get me wrong, I'm not trying to criticize the game for its lack of voice clarity, but you hear how bad this sounds? Let this set the tone for the rest of the game. So here's the main screen. This is it. This is Ghostbusters on Nintendo. This is my wasted childhood you're looking at. I don't even need to comment. Just look at it. It's shits for the birds. Okay, we gotta come up with a game about Ghostbusters. What can we do? How about just have the Ghostbusters logo floating around playing tag with cute little yellow ghosts? So if you like Ghostbusters, it's right up your alley. More like up your ass. Now for music, you got the Ghostbusters theme song, which sounds like a decent 8-bit rendition, but there's one problem. It's the only song in the whole game, and it never, ever stops. It starts playing from the first screen all the way to the end of the game. It drones over you, makes your brain go numb, and then when it gets to the end of the song, it pauses for a second, then it loops again. So you better get used to it. But let me tell you, that 1 second when the music stops, it feels so satisfying to hear dead silence, even for just one brief moment, to put your mind at peace. So seriously, what am I doing? Why am I just a Ghostbusters logo floating around playing tag with ghosts? Well, from what I understand, the more ghosts that go into the Zool building in the center, the more the PKE energy goes up, I guess. And what happens when it goes up all the way? I don't know. Stay Puft Marshmallow Man appears or some shit like that. But I'm not here to try and figure out how the game works. I'm here to retell my experience as a gamer. Now, what am I trying to do? What is this white box that keeps appearing when I press the B button? Well, I'll explain later. So, here's what you're supposed to do. You need to find which buildings have ghosts in them. And they vary at any point in the game. So you need to go around the city, and when you touch certain buildings, they blink red. And that means that there's a ghost in there. You try to enter, and oops, you can't do that yet. You need to buy your proton pack and ghost traps. The Ghostbusters don't have their own equipment, so they have to go buy it from a store. So this is it. This is the Ghostbusting store. When and where would there ever exist a store that sells equipment for catching ghosts? And if the Ghostbusters aren't inventing their own gadgets, then who the hell is? Anyway, buy your shit, then get out. Now we can see that weird white box shows you what equipment you have. And you can hold 4 items at a time. Go find a blinking red building and then go in. Now you're in the Ecto-1, driving down the road, And why you still have to drive to the building is beyond me. On the map screen, it looks like you're right there, and when you move all around, you don't have to drive. Only when you're already at the building do you need to drive there. Well, every other car in the city is out to hit you. They move back and forth, nobody stays in their lane, so it seems like the city actually has a bigger problem with drunk drivers than it does with ghosts. Oh, and guess what? When the cars hit you, who has to pay for the damage? You do. That's right, every car that hits you takes a few $100s away. It's bullshit. So you get to the building to capture the ghosts, drop the trap, catch the ghosts with your beam, bring him to the trap, open the trap, and time it so the ghosts get dragged in by that white thing that goes up and down. So keep going around, finding buildings to go in, avoid drunken drivers, and catch more ghosts. When you catch ghosts, you get money, and you're going to need it to buy other stupid shit later. Now there's a time limit, so when you're catching these ghosts, your goal is to catch as many of them as you can. Most of the time, you'll probably be able to get all 4 of them, but sometimes they go somewhere you can't reach without buying a longer beam. But good luck catching enough of them so you can afford a longer beam. Sometimes they go too low, and you can't reach them there either. Now, whatever you do, don't cross the streams. This is an important safety tip thanks to Egon from the movie. It would cause a total protonic reversal. Try to imagine all life as you know, stopping instantaneously and every molecule in your body exploding at the speed of light. Now that's epic. Now, every time you catch a ghost, you can't reuse the same trap. So if you try to enter a building, you might get a message that says you need an empty ghost trap. So you need to go to the Ghostbuster headquarters to empty the traps. When you get there, you may be baffled to see that the size of the car is the same size as the building. So as you're constantly running around, emptying your traps, you'll keep running out of gas. That's right, you can run out of gas in the game. How do you get gas? You need to go to the gas station. What happens if you run out of gas? 2 little fuckballs get out to push the car. Do you really have to go to the gas station at all? No, you can also slam in the gas tanks on the highway. So fuck the gas station. I wish it was that easy in real life. Need gas? Just run over the gas containers. So, because needing to get gas, needing to empty your ghost traps, and needing to buy stupid shit are all such a big part of the game, it would be wise from the beginning to buy a super trap as one of your first items. This trap you don't need to empty, so the regular trap is just a piece of crap. Another thing you might want to buy is the ghost vacuum. It's a vacuum that goes on the top of your car to suck ghosts in, which is a good idea to get a little extra money so you can hopefully make up for some of the damage that the drunk drivers cause. A ghost vacuum. Does there exist any store that sells a ghost vacuum? Let's find out. Hi, do you sell vacuums?
Yeah.
I'm looking for a special kind of vacuum. It's like shaped like a funnel, sort of.
What kind of vacuum?
It's like shaped like a funnel. Like you put it on the roof of your car.
You want a vacuum to clean your car?
No, you put it on the top of your car. Like while you're driving.
You want a vacuum to clean?
No, you know, these vacuums are for catching ghosts. Well, apparently these vacuums don't exist in real life, so if you want to suck up ghosts on the roof of your car, you're going to have to do it in this game. Really hate these driving stages. Naturally, you want to speed up to get them over with, but when you speed up, your car goes to the top of the screen and you can't see what's coming at you. Whether it be ghosts you're trying to catch, gas barrels, or drunk drivers. Fuck! Assholes! So you might be wondering, is this all you do in the game? Just go from building to building, catching ghosts and dodging cars? Well, yes, this is all you do. I am dead fucking serious. The main idea is to go into the Zool building, but you can't do that until the game says you can. How it decides that, I don't have a fucking clue. Maybe it has something to do with how many ghosts you catch or when the PKE energy gets to a certain number, which would probably mean just letting the ghosts go in. So, I don't know. For whatever reason, you're not allowed to go into the Zool building right away. Maybe there's like an invisible barrier that takes like a fucking hour to go away. Also, why is it called the Zool building? If it's meant to be named after the main villain in the movie, it should be Gozer. Gozer had 2 minions, the Keymaster, also known as Vince Clortho, and the Gatekeeper, also known as Zool. So, why is the building in the game named after Zool? Who knows? So anyway, it takes forever to be allowed entry into this building, so in the meantime, you just keep catching ghosts. After doing this for so long, you start to wonder, who pays you to catch the ghosts anyway? And why are the ghosts so generic, innocent, and cute looking? They don't do anything to you, so why are you busting them? Because busting makes you feel good? Well, don't the ghosts have a right to death? Obviously, I'm thinking too deep about it, but that's what happens. That's what happens when you play such a boring-ass shitty game. Your mind gets delirious. I mean, right now, I feel like I'm going fucking crazy.
Jesus.
So finally, you get a message that says, Enter Zool Building. But it's at the very bottom of the screen, so you need to be paying attention. Seriously, half the time I don't really notice it, because I'm not looking down there. A little sound cue would have helped, you fuckers. Now you go into the building, and it's a breath of fresh air to see something different. But unlike the rest of the ghosts in the game, these ones harm you. In order to move through the stage, you have to keep tapping the A button as fast as you can. And why couldn't you just use the control pad? Now you move so slow, the ghosts are impossible to dodge, and constantly going up the stairs doesn't help either, since you're basically defenseless. You can't get away when you're on the stairs. Now when the ghosts touch you a few times, you fall, and when you fall 3 times, you're dead. Then the game's over, and if you want to try again, you gotta start all over from the beginning. Now, let me ask this. Why can't the Ghostbusters use their proton beams here? Well, let me answer my own question. That would mean making the game resemble a decent side-scroller shooter, and the problem there is that the game would actually be kinda good, and apparently that wasn't what they were going for. So, playing through the game a second time, just for another shot at that damn stairway, it would be wise to invest in some items to help you out. There's an anti-ghost suit that supposedly gives you maybe 2 extra hits from the ghosts. Then there's the ghost bait. What kind of food will ghosts eat? Then there's the sound generator, which I think slows the ghosts down, but forget about it, it's too fucking expensive. So anyway, now you know why a lot of these items are so important. You need every bit of help you can get. But you'll never have enough money to buy everything in this game, especially when you keep getting hit by the drunks and fuck, I'm out of gas. It really sucks that you need to keep refueling your car. It sucks even harder that the gas costs money too. More money than it does in real life. So you need to keep catching ghosts for money, you spend the money on the gas that you need to catch more ghosts, and it just keeps on going. It's an endless cycle. Eventually you see the Enter Zool Building message again, but sometimes you're not fucking ready because there's equipment that you still need to buy in order to get up the stairs. The offer to enter is only good for a short period of time. So by the time you catch enough ghosts, make enough money, and buy the gear you want, it's too late to enter the building. The only way to get that offer again is to go catch more ghosts and wait another hour or however long it takes. The only sure way to be able to go in the first time is to trade your traps, the ghost vacuum, and whatever other equipment you don't need for the stairway stage. You can only hold 4 items at a time anyway, so you absolutely need to trade something in. But by the time you get the message, drive to the store, trade your shit in, buy the stuff you need, and come back to the Zool Building, you're too fucking late. So what do you gotta do now? Catch more fucking ghosts. So go back to the fucking store again, trade your regular stuff back, and fuck! I hate this fucking game. What were they thinking?
Yeah, this game sucks, yo.
Well, let's try to get through this stairway and hopefully see the end of the game. I think one of the problems is that my thumb gets tired pressing the button. So the hell with this controller. We're going turbo. Alright, drop the damn food. Get the fucking food. Get out of my way. Out of my way, you bitches. The ghost bait doesn't do shit. Even if you outrun the ghosts, they never leave the screen. Once you start climbing the stairs, they scroll up with you, and as soon as the ghost bait's off screen, the ghosts start chasing you again. So what's the point of dropping the ghost bait if you're not allowed to go up the stairs to get away? What am I just gonna do? Just drop the bait and stand there? Why would I do that? Oh my god, now they're right in the way. How am I gonna get up there? Oh, come on, come on. Oh, I think I can just barely do it. There we go. Oh boy, right in between 2 of them. How you like that? Oh man. Oh my god. Oh, fuck. Oh please, Game Genie, grant me 3 wishes. That's right, we're gonna cheat. But there's only one cheat I care about. Immunity to ghosts on the stairway. Well, at least now I can't get killed by the ghosts. But that still means that it takes all day to get up the fucking stairs. It just keeps going. Even if you did it with the control pad, it would be tedious. But the fact that you're supposed to tap the button the whole time and dodge ghosts? And I've counted, there's 22 floors. Do you think that's enough? I mean, what the fuck were they fucking thinking?
I don't know,
This
dude.
is the worst game I ever played in my life. It's worse than Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde. Well, maybe not that bad. And then they run? They move like slugs the whole fucking time, but as soon as they get to the top, they run like they got propellers in their asses. Well, here's the last screen of the game, and it looks like shit. The whole layout is designed like a grid with a flat gray floor. There's no background, it's just black. The little ghosts with their tongues sticking out look like kindergarten Halloween decorations, and neither Gozer or the dogs move. Hey, I can even name the dogs. That's Vince Clortho and Zool. Zool apparently bought the building that they're standing on. Now, you know what's really shocking about this part? They're moving around, dodging projectiles, and shooting at things. Kind of like a game. Surprising, right? I mean, this is the closest moment that this piece of shit ever comes to possibly being decent. But you know what's really annoying? Every time you go anywhere near the bottom of the screen, this happens. Say hello to Mr. Stay Puft climbing the building. I don't know what the point is, but every time when you accidentally go down there, Stay Puft's higher up the building. I can guess that when he reaches the top, that can't be good. So let's show this prehistoric bitch how we do things downtown.
Yeah.
Come on, I'm gonna get you. Oh, you're gonna get it. Come on, here we go. Oh, there you go. Yeah. Alright, come on, take it, you fucking bitch. This chick is toast!
Yeah!
What the fuck? What?
You get some typos there.
What?
A great game.
Ghostbusters on Nintendo sucks ass. But if you've seen my review of it, you already know that. So why am I reviewing it again? Because it's such an inhumane pile of shit that it deserves it. Well, this time I'm over the shock of how fucking horrible this game is, so I'm going to be a little more constructive. Here are 5 things that should have been improved. Number 1 is going to be a spell check. Let's play teacher and grade this piece of shit. Since it's really short, let's say 10 points off for every error out of a possible 100. So okay, you ready? Here we go. Well, first of all, congratulations spelled wrong, but it's not even a simple typo. 2 letters in 2 different places are wrong, which probably means they really didn't know how to spell it. So that's 20 points off for that, just because it's such an atrocious misspelling. But then why isn't it plural? You don't usually say congratulation, you say congratulations. So technically that's nothing to do with the spelling, it's a different error altogether. So that's another 10 points for that. Then, you've completed a great game? Well, that's just simply wrong. 20 points for that statement. Even if it was a great game, it shouldn't have to announce it. So then you have a punctuation error, because the next sentence begins with end. Then you got an extra O in proved. And proved what? Proved the justice of our culture? So it's saying that you proved that our culture has justice? I don't know. Now, go and rest our heroes. Instead of now go and rest, comma, our heroes, it's telling you to go rest our heroes. Okay, well, sorry to say, but we had to take off 90 points. But hey, a score of 10% means that there's still hope. But wait, is there any reason that there's 1 exclamation mark here and then there's 3 up there? That's another 10 points off for lack of consistency with a total score of 0, F-. It should have said, congratulations, you had the patience to sit through this awful game. You proved your nerdiness. Now go fuck yourself. Now, moving on to number 2. The second thing in this game that should have been improved would have been a better use of Ghostbuster characters. After all, this is a game about the Ghostbusters. It could at least acknowledge Egon, Ray, Peter, and Winston. Even the first Ninja Turtles game on Nintendo had all 4 of the Turtles. There's supposed to be 4 Ghostbusters as well, but try counting them in the game. There's 2 who fight the ghosts, 3 who enter the Zool building, 2 who fight Gozer, and 3 who enter the headquarters. Now look closely at the Ghostbusters. Notice they're all white, which obviously means there's no Winston. So Ernie Hudson, maybe you're glad that you got left out of this crappy game. So, number 3 is going to be better graphics. The whole game is just unappealing to look at. There's so much gray in the color scheme. It's dull, depressing, and lifeless. Where's the color? Why is there so much gray? Nothing even looks like what it's supposed to be. The proton beams look like a line of diamonds. The ghosts, like I said, are generic and stereotypical, all the same, and none taken from the movie. And the Ghostbusters look like aliens. And when they get out to push the car, they definitely don't look like Ghostbusters. They don't even resemble human beings. Number 4, better sound. As I've mentioned, the music is tiring to say the least. The game's Ghostbusters, but that doesn't mean we have to hear the Ghostbusters theme the whole time. A little more musical variety would have helped. Not to mention more sound effects. And at last, number 5, yet the most important thing of all that could have been improved. Better gameplay. This is seriously one of the most boring fucking games I've ever played in my life. Having to buy stuff and getting gas should not have been a part of the game whatsoever. Ghostbusters should have just involved going around blasting ghosts. But why was that so fucking hard to accomplish? Couldn't it at least have more stages? Let's count them. Ignoring the map screen or the store, there's the driving scene, the ghost busting scene, the stairwell, and Gozer. That's it. 4 stages. I can count all the levels in the game on one hand. If this is supposed to be a game based on a successful movie, why can't it have more stages inspired by scenes from the movie? It sucks. Sucks just like a ghost vacuum. Well, you heard me rant about Ghostbusters and you heard me rant about it again. Well, since we're on the topic, let's check out Ghostbusters on the Atari 2600. The game starts up right away the demo screen, so you hit game reset, and then the game begins with the store. So, you buy your shit, which is really weird looking. I don't even know what these things are that you're supposed to be buying. But just buy them, and then leave. Then leave. Leave! Fuck. You're supposed to play with the difficulty switches to leave the store, but most of the time, it doesn't work. So, reset the game, buy your shit again, then leave. Leave! There we go. It's nothing but trouble. I mean, I can't even get the picture to come in clear. Now, the first thing I noticed is that there aren't any buildings. It just looks like parks. And the driving scene, your car is so big it takes up the whole screen. And it looks like there's a mangled rubber chicken on the hood. There's no other drivers on the road, so there's really no point of these driving scenes other than occasionally to suck up a ghost. The ghost catching scenes are just awkward. I mean, no matter what I do, I can't catch the ghost. It's like the game just does whatever it wants. Alright, here we go. We got him. Oh, fuck. Alright, drop the trap. Shoot. You fuck. We got him. Move him over. Oh, fuck. Shoot the other way. Oh, well, we got him. Well, basically, it's the same shitty Ghostbusters game, except it's Atari. So, it's appropriate for its time. It was also on the Commodore 64, so, at the time, this was a decent game. But on the Nintendo Entertainment System, you'd expect something better. Well, believe it or not, the Sega Master System version was superior. Let's check it out. You got a good opening screen, the music sounds a little more lively, and you got that little bouncy ball karaoke thing going on. It's something strange! Neighborhood! Who you gonna call? Ghostbusters! On the first screen, you get to select your car. Well, why the fuck would I want those other ones? I want the Ghostbusters car, damn it. Then right away, you're buying your equipment. You got this cute little forklift thing to bring the items to your car. Then here's the map screen, and, well, what do you think? Somebody really favored Sega. Look at all the colors. The ghosts are actually animated too, and there's people walking around. I don't exactly understand the idea of dropping poop everywhere you go. Thought the Ghostbusters are in a car, not a horse and buggy. So here's the driving scene. Definitely looks way better. I also like that no matter how fast you're going, your car stays near the bottom of the screen. The drunk drivers are also easier to avoid, and you still got that vacuum to suck up all the ghosts. Boom! Wow, I've never seen a car explode just from hitting garbage. Here's the ghost catching screen. Again, way better. You actually get a variety of ghosts, too. You got the green Slimer kind, then you got those ones that look like banana peels. They really do look like banana peels, and then they turn green and form together to make Voltron. Nah, just kidding, the Stay Puft Marshmallow Man. Once again, there's only 3 Ghostbusters. When you get to the Zool building, you need to get past Stay Puft. You got 3 tries, but you gotta get at least 2 of your Ghostbusters past him. So that means you can only fuck up once. Fuck up twice and you're back at the beginning of the game. It's so fucking tedious. At least the game looks nicer than the Nintendo version, but the gameplay isn't much better. Most of the time, you're just waiting for buildings to blink red, which sometimes just never happens. Come on. Do you want me to catch ghosts or not? Why am I even playing if there's nothing to do? Oh, there we go. Finally, when you get past Stay Puft, you get to the dreaded stairway scene. And what a huge improvement over the Nintendo version. The layout's a little less bland, you can move in 3 dimensions, and best of all, you can use your proton packs to fight the ghosts. Now, these proton beams are useless, you can only shoot up. Fuck. God damn.
There
Jesus, cut me a break. The worst fucking thing is when you get hit just one time. Just one fucking time. You start all over from the bottom of the fucking stairs. All over again. And when all 3 of your Ghostbusters are dead, it's over. Sorry, but your mission has failed. The Keymaster and the Gatekeeper entered the Zool, so it's not the Zool building anymore, it's just the Zool, and caused Gorza, you mean Gozer? They should actually see the fucking movie before they make the damn game. The enemy boss to awaken and destroy the city. You cannot even set foot inside the Zool because you were unable to earn enough money to gain admittance. Oh, so it's like a museum or something? You just need to pay to get in? So all I need is enough money and I can go up a bunch of stairs to fight a Sumerian shape-shifting god. Thus, the city was completely demolished by Gorza. The game is over. Try again from the start. Oh, really? I thought I could try again from the middle. Well, Ghostbusters on Commodore and Atari, it was a nice little original game for the time. The NES version was a lame disappointment, and the Sega version improved it a little. Tune in next time, and we're going to fast forward to 1989 to 1990, and we're going to look at one more Ghostbusters game on Nintendo and one on Sega Genesis. Ghostbusters 2 on Nintendo. Well, here it is. The game starts out with this little intro with Vigo. You see him at the end too when you lose, and both times he does the Elvis lip. So the first level is under the subway at the River of Slime, and that's right, wow, the game actually has levels with a simple goal to get to the end without dying. And that's what I'm fucking talking about. Ghostbusters should be nothing more complicated than just running around zapping ghosts. So it's a huge, huge improvement over the first game. But that's not saying much. It still sucks monkey fucking pukes diarrhea up your fucking asshole. And that's interesting because the movie Ghostbusters 2 is definitely inferior to the first one. So I guess the formula works like this. A good movie equals a shitty fucking game. But a not so good movie equals a game that's not as shitty. This time the Ghostbusters only shoot slime. They never use their proton packs. The controls could have been better, and the way you move the gun is kinda awkward. Like it stays wherever you point it, and it takes a moment to aim it elsewhere rather than just being instantaneous. This is a hard one to explain, but just play it for a while, then pop in Contra and you'll know exactly what I'm talking about. It's also stupid that A shoots slime and B jumps. Usually it's the other way around. As for start and select, they don't do donkey dick. Usually start is pause, but here, there's no fucking way to pause the damn game. I mean, if you gotta go answer the phone or take a shit, it's like tough shit if you gotta take a shit. You gotta take a quick shit. You gotta have turbo turds. I'm trying to play the game. I got shit stains in my pants and an answering message on my phone that says, "Sorry, I'm playing Ghostbusters 2 on Nintendo." What a selfish game. Bottom line, have a fucking pause button. God damn it! Well, the game definitely has its variety. The second level, you're driving around and dodging shit, and shooting at ghosts that look like bed sheets with 2 eye holes cut out, sort of like Charlie Brown's Halloween costume. Oh, and the car's alive, because when it dies, it bleeds. Yeah, it gets mangled into a bloody mess. Yeah, I know, it's red slime. Level 3 is the courthouse. Oh wait, is that Kool-Aid? Give me the Kool-Aid! Oh, fuck. Level 4, you're driving again. Like before, there's holes you gotta jump over, but you gotta make sure that you drive over the arrows because they're the speed boosters. Oh, get out of my way! Fucking ghost. Alright, here we go. Oh, there's another. Oh, come on! And you think I'm doing bad? Take a look at the demo in the beginning of the game. It doesn't even try. It just crashes into everything. The only reason it even gets by is because after you hit something, you're immune to damage for a brief moment. You can pass through. But really, why is the game having so much trouble playing with itself? It doesn't know it can move up and down or jump. The game sucks at itself more so than any human being, regardless of age or experience, could possibly suck at the game. The irony just baffles me. So anyway, level 5 is the abandoned subway. It seems like somebody's off screen to the left, just constantly throwing junk in your way. I mean, what is all this shit? Fuck! So here's level 6, the Statue of Liberty. Remember the scene in the movie where the Ghostbusters used the NES Advantage to control the Statue of Liberty? Well, I'm playing it with the NES Advantage right now, and that's kind of weird, don't you think, in the movie? One of the most famous icons of the United States being controlled by a Nintendo controller. Nintendo ruled the fucking world. And see what they did here? They created levels in the game based off scenes in the movie. That's what I was talking about before. I don't know what these things are that you're supposed to be shooting at though. I guess they're ghosts, but they're shaped like fish. And if they're ghosts, they're the happiest, most energetic ghosts I've ever seen, doing choreographed dances in the sky. So now we're in the city, so I guess it's level 7, and we're fighting bungee jumping skeletons, I think. Here we go, at the museum, covered in the river of slime. And this is the final level of the game, and by now, it's all starting to look the same. There really isn't any more variety in the gameplay. The only thing different is the backgrounds. Yet they're all based on scenes from the movie, like the river slime, the courthouse, the abandoned subway, and finally the museum. But you're doing the same exact thing, just walking to the end of the level, shooting ghosts overhead, and dodging things that go up and down, bounce across the screen, sweep across the ground, or just wiggle all over the place. Damn, I hate all this shit. Fuck. Bitch. Ass. It pisses me off. Well, like they say, it's better to be pissed off than to be pissed on. So, you have to play through the level 4 times to get all the Ghostbusters through. That's right, they actually have all 4 Ghostbusters. So when you get to the end, you watch them shoot slime all over Vigo, and then that's it. He doesn't even come out of the painting. The game's over. You win. So, to save time on developing an end boss, instead they just make you go through the last level 4 times. What a piece of shit.
Hey, come here. It's dog shit. That's what it reminds me of. This game reminds me of dog shit.
Can Sega do better again? Well, let's find out. We got Ghostbusters on the Sega Genesis, also called the Mega Drive. We're stepping into 16-bit territory now, yet this game was released about the same time as Ghostbusters 2 on Nintendo. Rather than making their own game of Ghostbusters 2, Sega made something completely original. Well, there's only 3 Ghostbusters again. I mean, what's their problem with Winston? What are they, fucking racist or something? Well, whatever the case, you get to pick your Ghostbuster. They got big heads and they walk like they're crapping down their pants. You got dialogue scenes and not 1 but 2 stores, an item shop and a weapon shop, again resorting to that old tired idea of having the Ghostbusters buy all their own equipment. Then you got the map screen, which thank God it serves the only purpose that it should, selecting which order you want to play the stages in. So you can go into the little house, the apartment, the bigger house, the high-rise building, and after you've beaten all that, you can go to the castle. The stages are non-linear in a sense that you don't just run through from beginning to end. You gotta find your way around. You can climb ladders, swim, and explore the whole place until you found and defeated all the boss ghosts, which there's several of. And when you defeated them, you get to lay a trap and catch a Slimer in true ghost-busting fashion. After you cleared the stage, you get money and then you leave. So that's the concept, which is enough to keep you entertained. The control's great. Walking and jumping is perfectly responsive. You can easily shoot in any direction. You can crawl. It's fun blasting things. The sounds and music are original, and the caricature look I find kind of amusing, actually. This is what you call a game. I like this. I like this? I can't believe what I'm saying. I think the world is coming to an end. Seriously, like fire and brimstone coming down from the skies. Rivers and seas boiling. 40 years of darkness. Earthquakes, volcanoes. The dead rising from their graves. Human sacrifice. Dogs and cats living together. Mass hysteria. But don't worry. I'll find something about it that sucks. Like those tablecloths that wrap you up? You can't even do anything but wait. They don't even do any damage, so what's the point? Just to be annoying. You might as well just have somebody come in and take the controller from me for about 5 seconds. There's also an overabundance of weapons and items which, out of all of them, only one is really mandatory. The night goggles. Without them, there's no way you can get through the fire level because you can't see shit. Look at this. I can't tell where I'm going. And the goggles run out of juice, so if you're far along in the level and they start to dim, you're fucked. You gotta kill yourself, go back to the store to buy more goggles, and then start the level all over again. What a shitload of fuck. I also hate these fire towers. It's like, no matter how well you estimate the jump, you either end up getting burnt because you jumped too short, or accidentally touch the fire trying to get as close as possible to jump. And also, you have to make sure that you time your jump right, or the fire comes up and burns your ass. And if you stand there to even try to think about it, a flaming guinea pig comes out.
What?
Yeah, flaming guinea pigs are pretty weird, but you know what's also weird? When you die, you turn into a mummy. That I can't understand. Then you got these disappearing green things to jump on. Ugh. Guess what the toughest enemies in the game are? Coffee cups. You think they'd shatter after just one hit, but no, they take forever to break. I don't get it. Lots of the enemies are just annihilated after just one hit, but not those. Don't fuck with the coffee cups. The boss battles are cool, although sometimes really random, like this blue guy that comes apart. Come on, die! Alright. Oh, he's still got a head! Yeah. You got the crystal monkey man, the evil snowman, the fire dragon, the flame guy, the face that emerges from the wall, the woman who multiplies to 3, gotta shoot the real one. Then there's the Grim Reaper who looks like Dracula from Castlevania 2. Then there's the plant, which reminds me of Little Shop of Horrors, which is an interesting connection because Rick Moranis starred in the remake, and he was Lewis in Ghostbusters.
Yep.
Then you got Stay Puft, who relentlessly attacks you during the stage, but then at the end, you finally get to punish him for all the shit he put you through. Die! Die! Get him! Get him! Get him! Get him! Get him! Get him! Yeah! He's dead as shit. In a sea of terrible Ghostbusters games, this one stands out, and it's still fun to play. If you could somehow get your hands on it, I'd check it out. So this concludes my 3-part review of all the Ghostbusters games that I can get my hands on. Is it kind of ironic that I end on one that's actually kind of decent? I don't know. I mean, is it any more ironic that the same guy who did the voice for Garfield did the voice for Peter Venkman in the Ghostbusters cartoon, while Bill Murray was the live-action Peter Venkman, and he also did the voice of Garfield in the movie? And one more thing. Ghostbusters 3. Is it really going to happen? Should it happen? Well, if they made the Santa Claus 3, Free Willy 3, Home Alone 3, Psycho 3, The Never-Ending Story 3, Problem Child 3, and about 10,000 Scary Movie and American Pie sequels, all the crap that gets shat out of Hollywood's big fat fucking ass, I don't see why Ghostbusters 3 shouldn't get made. I grew up with those movies. I would love to see those guys put on the proton packs one more time. Even if the whole movie's just the Ghostbusters sitting around taking a shit, I'd go see it. Now, excuse me. I gotta take out the garbage. Spider?
Oh, that's it. Alright, seen Spider-Man. Yeah. Yeah, the Sega games definitely look way better and play better than the other ones. Especially that first one. Ugh. Anyway, yeah, that's my reaction to Angry Video Game Nerds Ghostbusters Part 1, 2, and 3. Yeah, and of course, yeah, we do know that they made, that Ghostbusters reboot, which totally sucked. But I really did like the movie Ghostbusters Afterlife. That was a really good movie. That's what I think. Of course, I've heard some people say that, like, they're kind of split on it. I've heard some people say they didn't like it. I was like, man, how can you not? It's pretty cool. But like, yeah, I mean, everybody's entitled to their own opinion. It's okay if you don't like something, or if you like it, or if you, somewhere in between like it, don't. Yeah, I don't know. Anyway, yeah, that's it. And everyone take care of yourselves and each other, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.